Welcome back, everyone. As Crew managed to do it on Ascent, Coach Adams said they had to take it to 3, and 3 is where they're going. You see Furia now as they're picking up the pieces, getting ready for a clash on Bind. Welcome back, everyone, to the desk here. Golden Boy alongside Baby Bay, Mimi, and Wyatt. And Wyatt, just you can tell the tonal shift from map 1 to map 2. Crew playing absolutely stellar Valorant right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're just watching a team that's been able to break through that glass ceiling throughout the season that they couldn't cross, that mental ceiling.
Yeah.
Again, it's what Keston was talking about in that interview yesterday. They just come in playing angry. The hype is back. They're popping off after winning these rounds. They're playing in a way that's disrespecting Fury on some of the rounds. He's just pushing for extra kills while they already have the round 1 that he doesn't even need. They are just feeling it so much right now. And this is what they didn't have before. They've got it now.
And compare that to the regular season, where they also had losses, like map number 1, where it went to overtime, where it was 2 or 3 rounds that made the difference. And there, after that, they tended to crumble. Maps would slip away and the series would just fall out of their hands. Here they come back and they look dominant. On that attacking side, I was so impressed with the way they were running on those executes. It seemed like they really just had a perfect read on where these Furia site anchors were set up and were constantly punishing them, Baby Bay.
Yeah, and the stats show it, right? They kept getting the first bloods. It seemed like like you said, they knew where the anchors were playing most of the time. Very well prepped. Like, it was amazing watching this game. And to do this on attack Ascent, which is, like, honestly, feels worse than playing an attack split at this point. Like, it's no easy feat.
No, it is not. And I think the last few rounds of the first half were kind of indicative of the series, because it starts at this one, round 11, where it's just a really perfect execute by Crew, punish a couple of people through the smoke, and then have a really nice post-plant setup. Everyone set up to trade one another, everyone very clear on where they need to be, and also still giving some freedom for Keza to go crazy. But then the final round, it was just like spaghetti from Furia. We normally expect them to be the team who's like really, really well set up in the late rounds on Ascent, really good at rotating on their defensive side. But here, like, the 2v1, people aren't really playing together. Khalil's in Narnia while his teammate is dying on site. It just looks so much more disconnected from the Furia we normally expect. And I think that, honestly, Crew just shocked them by how good they were at the start of that map.
Yeah, and frankly, going into this, I felt like it was a risky pick for Furia. This was Crew's map that they were winning consistently throughout the season, despite losing this series.
Yeah.
And taking them there and now heading to Bind next, where yesterday, they looked phenomenal against MIPR. Like, that is where they looked like, oh my God, this team is rejuvenated.
Yeah.
And so heading to there from map 3, now it's on Furia to do what Crew couldn't in the season, mentally bounce back after a crushing defeat on their pick.
Yeah, crazy to think as well that this could have easily had been a 2-0, Baby Bay. Like, one bomb defuse, man. And we're already wrapping this up talking about Sentinels 100 Thieves. Now you're in this situation, you're Furia. You kind of got your stuff kicked in that last game on Ascent. Now you need to figure out, how do you pick up the piece on Bind? Where are you looking at for this one, Baby Bay?
You have to start off strong. You have to clap back like Crew clap back on you, honestly. Like, you have to show up here. There's no excuses anymore. This is it. Like, tournament life on the line. Everyone's warmed up by now. It's third map.
It is, and it's a big question of compositions here. We saw yesterday, as you mentioned, Wyatt, how good Crew looked, particularly on their defensive side, slowing down the spike plant with great util usage on the A site and using Davies' Cypher utility really well to allow these flood retakes as well was super effective for them to stomp MIPR. For Furia, last time we saw them play this map, they were playing the double duelists that a couple teams were kind of picking up really early when Bind was reintroduced into the Pearl. And I think, or into the pool, excuse me. And Furia is really good with those double duelist compositions. The thing is, though, it oftentimes relies on a lot of those really fast executes that I actually think Crew can contend with really well by just playing those flood retakes that they already showcased yesterday.
I'm interested to see as well if Davies continues to play that Alphear-inspired Cypher, how that could shut down the double duelist fast hits. And again, to harken back to Furia's play on this map in the regular season, and there's that Cypher. If you remember specifically games like when they went up against NRG, they went out to a massive lead on attack, sides flipped, they lose the map.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm going to be worried about here again. That almost happened on Split.
Do you think there's going to be a comp change here for the side of Furia, Baby Bay? Because already it looks like they're locking the Astra instead the Brim.
I mean, I would love to see DG's in on that chamber, honestly. He's so crucial with that op and getting those picks. he hasn't been too hot this series with it, but I have a feeling like you just get that chamber confidence. You know, it's almost like Jet, but you have 2 ups now. So I hope he picks it. I hope he likes it.
We'll see, right? I mean, it is going to be his pick now. So curious, and no, we end up getting the Jets.
So this might just be the double duelists again, going back to that one. If it is the solo Jet, not a fan of that, so I would expect that raise to be locked in. Nate is so good on this map, room to help you clear out a little bit of space in the solo initiator, but it's actually something different, a little EG-esque, bringing out a Sova on a map you don't normally expect him. Double initiator is going to be really effective. 2 info abilities, constantly reloading.
A bizarre comp. You do not see MW playing the Viper often.
All right, well, this is it. It's all on the line. One last map to decide which team moves on and faces Leviatán tomorrow. Let's go ahead and send it back over to Vansili and Rivington for the call.
That's right, it all comes down to this. The final map between Furia and Crew this time around on Bind. And yeah, Furia never really had the great showing during the Americas with the competition that they ran previously. But as we mentioned before, one of the positives here for Furia is that they actually were able to see a little bit of that Crew gameplay yesterday against MIBR, and they come out with something completely new today.
I wonder if Furia is feeling kind of like comfort conquers all here, and maybe they're just feeling good on these picks. It's going to happen. But yeah, that is an interesting composition we're going to see coming in, and we'll be keeping an eye on what they're trying to produce with it.
And as a player, as a stand-in, I'm going to have to keep my eyes out on Conan right here because Furia is actually not using a raise. I agree with Mimi. It's such a good comp, a good agent on this map. Yeah. But not only that, you're playing against Davies, who had amazing trap plays for Crew when they had a defensive half, and you're going to have to count on Conan to try to flush out that util.
All right, we begin. Up B long. Pressure will start here as we start throwing util in, dumping it into B to get a reaction. TP.
It's fast. It's quick. It's inside of sight for Crew.
Spike drop. Okay.
So a 5 versus 5 retake now for Furia. 3 players inside the smoke for Crew, just behind the Brimstone smoke. Furia continue to get pushed back. Travelers are getting ready, but as they swing behind it, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Right to Classic. 1 on low HP, a wide swing coming through, support from DGZ. Melzer gets caught, answered back by Klaus, who gets a second and third in the round. Up to Khalil in a 3 versus 1 is gonna have to clutch it when Crew has the perfect crossfire setup.
Dead to right, hopping out makes the sound. He is gonna get peeked from 3 different angles here.
Oh yeah. Faking a drop, and Klaus is the one that peeks instead. 4 kills and already halfway to the Seekers.
And Crew with a pistol. Able to lock that one down finally as we get to Bind here. Nicely done and screaming through the site, taking control. Even the considerations in these quick moments, you saw there Melzer go down, but Melzer just acted as a body for Klaus to be able to get that final kill on Digizine. He was jumping around trying to reload. They knew exactly what needed to happen. The in-the-moment plays and calls right now of Crew are putting them on top of these rounds. Guardians for themselves and just Phantom buys coming into round 2. Really sure of this and do not want to find themselves getting eco'd. Oh no.
Caster curse.
I'm so sorry. Oh, I was gonna say Digizine does have his deagle though.
And
or his
nonetheless,
sheriff.
Crew finally get a piss around win. And on their way, potentially now Furia's turn to try to get the Thrifty back. So our first blood that you saw there from DGZ.
Oh my.
Wall bang and a second one with a headshot. Melzer falls, no smokes available now. Both controllers down for Crew.
He makes the hammer action look so good on that sheriff. Just continues to walk around looking for more. I think he knows he's got enough for now. He wants to see the movement from Crew before he peeks out again. Let the rest of the team cause chaos, and then Digizine moves in unnoticed.
Well, Kesnet was the one that was trying to sneak through unnoticed. Almost caught one off guard here towards the spawn. And Furia is content to actually allow the plant to come down so Furia could actually flood back in the site. Conan with the lineup for the post plant, trying to delay that, trying to deny the plant.
Spike planted.
Second shock dart.
Huge damage
on the Klaus.
And Davies. They are down to half right now. A little bit of a heal comes back.
Both now contained in the U-Haul. Nice shot by NW0. Answered by Klaus, who's still alive for the second kill. Leading back for the third. but Kesnet, the last man standing solo,
Not.
catches Medzine off guard, does have 10 bullets left in the chamber of the Phantom. Paint shells on the ground, right at the feet of DJZ, and then gets the Red Bull clutch to save the round for Crew.
On the precipice of disaster, Kesnet comes up, forcing the hand of Digizin to stave off that Thrifty. That was looking really scary, especially with the weaponry that we saw Crew bringing into this round. Almost everybody going down. This could still put Crew in a pretty tough position for a bye here. So let's see what Furia can produce for another round. There's the little Loper nade right at the feet of Digizine to welcome him in.
Their bonus round is going to be almost non-existent.
Exactly, yeah. Look at that. Sorting in through Sheriffs, 3 of them to the rifles of Davies and Kesnet. And Digizine already in the grave.
Yeah. They tried to do an early peek here, it seems, towards Showers. And it's a good read by Crew, right? 2 orbs away from Kesnet. Maybe the focus now for Crew is to try to pick up the orb on the Showers so that if they lose their bonus round, they have a showstopper in their gun round. But unfortunately, also read by Crew, they dropped Digizine early. Focus back towards the B side to see if the orb's still up there.
Shower control basically means that Furia knows this could be a B to Hookah hit. I think that's why they're playing this one so patient. Easy retake on short, they're not worried about that, but it's gotta be Mazin playing this one safe, staying alive and giving team info.
Using Seekers on top of that. Confirming now only 1 player in the B site. Oh, that's Medzine holding it back around a different corner.
A little strafe jump to get in there, almost through City, almost takes him down with the spam.
Spike planted.
All right.
Actually didn't leave the spike there for Kesnet to pick up these ult orbs on the plant. Just pushing instead towards the elbow. Flash from Medzine as Furia is looking to flood back from the spawn. Camera coming up, trying to spawn on the top of the toxic screen. But we're in a great position now for Crew, just to flood back in on the tap. 3 players on the back of the site, and the crossfire is perfect for Furia, at least for now. Kesnet has a showstopper, pulls it out, lands it on the ground, and W0 falls. And they actually are able to do it and prevent that defuse from happening for Crew. And they get the bonus round, or move into the bonus round now.
That was just back and forth sketchy. It happened so fast. We saw all those ultimates coming out. Kesnet still securing so many frags on these rounds. And that was the one that we missed.
Yeah.
So fast, didn't even catch it.
I think that was the kill that allowed for them to get Seekers too, so
Yeah.
great job here for Crew. Silver lining at least here for Furia is that those ultimates came out right away.
All right.
Just gonna have to be patient a bit here as we're gonna get the HUD back up ASAP. You still have Crew now in the lead. Chesson moving forward for an opening attempt on the B site.
Furia on this low buy, or I should say their eco. Sheriffs all around. Crew is going to try to feel this one out. Every round before this has been super fast, and Crew is recognizing so many intricate parts of the game where Furia would be stacking, would be playing Sheriffs, or would be trying something different. It does not seem like the usual Furia tricks are working against their opponent today. There we go. HUD's back up, see our ult, see where we stand. And no!
Nice grab, well, Medzine with 2 other ones. The trap play that they have, the stack that they have in the B side. Shot from Medzine! Crazy one to the exit! And it's time for Furia to answer back with their thrifties.
Consideration or not, Furia still able to nail those shots. His Crew played it slow, played it safe. It didn't matter. Crew goes down 2-2 now as Furia find themselves from bonus on in this Thrifty. Mazin. Incredible play. That can cost too as well coming through. Great timing by Khalil to be able to use the Astra utility to a T.
And that's exactly one of those things and the changes that you have from Furia. The extra stars now bringing out this Astra instead of playing a Brimstone Viper that they played before. Allows so much of this stack trap play that they just did on their Thrifty, where they hope they could do this on the attack now. As this round for round number 5, Crew is looking to add some early pressure. But it's still Furia that answers first.
It is a great point, seeing this, the Astra and the Viper. Usually your Brimstone is the one that will lean back and forth and spawn from site to site. Now, you don't have to do that run around with Khalil. You can get the stars you need when someone calls for it across with this global map presence, and it really allows Furia to stay solid in their defense without having to guess where they need to send that floater.
Here.
Back around, Crew, now going back to A, but you see Furia not worried. They're going to play a little farther back in sight, but nowhere near rotating off site.
Crew is trying to move back towards Long B to salvage that other Vandal. So Klaus and Kesnet, 2 players that you want to count
30
on.
seconds left.
Especially with Klaus's performances yesterday against MIBR on this map. As Sky, I think went something like 24, 12, and 12. He went insane. And has an opportunity now to save the round for Crew once again. SARS coming down, deniability. The gravity well, not good enough. It's a different plan, especially that they set this up on triple. Beautiful recon dart coming out though from Conan, spotting 2 players now. But Crew still has the opportunity to reposition themselves on a crossfire position. Kesnet with the first, now one of those Vandals fall down. Digizine looking for the flank and a back stop by Davies, and they get the rifle themselves.
Again, Vance?
Well, flash indeed. This is going to keep going back and forth. Poison Orb this time around once again for Furia. Diffusing right through it. Matzine in the back. Nice shot from Naxet. But the sprays across from Khalil are just too good.
My ult's ready.
They stop the bleeding. No Thrifties coming back. And Furia take the lead 3-2.
Very close there. You saw the plan that the Crew is putting together. The plant just off L-Box means that hold on U-Haul becomes so pivotal. They lost the members of U-Haul, and it was not as strong here. They had to push all the way out and give up that position. Furia with a great retake. Again, like you said, avoiding the Thrifty. And at this point, it's necessary. Map 3, you can't be toying around and losing those rounds. Digizine will now break out the Operator. One of the easier maps to use it on. You're usually going to see someone at Long B. His chances to be able to get that first blood are very high here.
It's a tight angle, snake bite to try to push him out.
So
and
aggressive.
Use this a dash to actually break the Trailblazer. Now forced to fall away, but Crew, they know now that the Opera's there.
Exactly.
They pivot back now towards the A site.
Huge information. And Digizine is trying to read that. Rotating through spawn, knowing he wants to be one of the first ones to be aware of the strat. You come up as the Opera in the middle of the strat, you're not having as much fun.
So many layers here, though.
There it is.
Blinded by that one. The timing on the shot, Klaus to fall. So a great rotation by Digizine towards the A site. But Davies is going to try to make the heroic play. Inching through the smokes now towards that L box. Repositioning on the spike plant. Melzer getting it down. Wallbangs attempted to come through. Now it's up to the aim labs. Long range ADSing down on the top of the bench towards spawn. Not working out for any kills. So still a clear advantage for Furia as they had to come back for the retake. Cosmic Divide on the defense. Lots of smoke coming out as well.
3 U-Haul.
Exactly on the defense trying to push through. And 3 players from Crew holding it back around.
Oh my.
And as this Cosmic Divide's about to come down, it's time for the bloodbath. Digizine, the first one for the retake attempt. Davies trying to spray through as much as he can. Nebula, though, full defuse. Oh, look at that. The satchel to break the crosshair and break the defuse for a bit. But still too strong as Furia on the flood retake.
That plant, it seems too tough with the way that Furia is retaking the site to use again. I don't think we'll see Crew try that one again unless we're going for something more default. That plant has avoided Furia's response to plant denial. A lot of utility coming in. So while Crew was able to get it down, they're still not able to hold the site for some reason. That post plant is not as strong as it was previously in the series, and Furia has Crew's number now. Hunter's Fury up as well as a pit. They could decide where they want Crew to go on this round.
Crew's getting a little bit of the struggles that Furia's had when Furia got thrifted by Crew. The economy in a situation where, okay, we have an opportunity to win a round, you lose a round, you're back in a broken bye.
Operator showers. Digilzine will switch that up every round and keep you thinking.
Okay, Trailblazer is gonna spot Davies here. Hunter's Fury coming out from the spawn, out into the U-Haul, trying to get this pick. Inside Shower 2, and there you go. The third pulse actually spots Kesden and Nags. And nothing they could do here on this half buy that you have for Crew, except for Kesden with the Guardian kill, and Melzer swinging through. Just like that, in the blink of an eye. Crew makes this salvageable, doable.
Furia this round have basically taken the Showers control that Crew has been using, and they give Digilzine a Trailblazer that comes from that side. Sights have been switched now, though, so it's going to have to be a rotation.
1v1 here. The Seeker is coming out. Showstopper on the other end of the B site. On the pulse plan, it lands everywhere. It's up to MW0. Crosshair, satchel charge.
He's getting juggled.
Puts him away. He's trying to hunt him down. Low HP is going to be tested. You thought that they weren't going to be able to do it with how the hole was so good for Furia, but Kesden and Melzer steps up to the plate for that challenge and allows Crew to get a thrifty.
So well played. It was kind of the consideration of a strat, and then Crew knew Furia was going to consider their strat. It sounds weird, but Crew still play a little bit towards Showers. They give that aggression they've been using just the past few rounds to condition and then blast over to the B site to make sure they have Furia all out of sorts on defense.
And those are the off-the-cuff, on-the-fly calls that are coming out from Crew. That's been perfect because when
little modifications
for that tap on that A site, they actually heard the shock dart and the snake bite coming down. And when you hear the TP coming through, it's okay, well, the B site's open. So pivot through that, understanding how the play is still under pressure, still able to understand where they are in the situation that they have to keep this game close. And hopefully, at least for Crew, to win this series over Furia, who, again, this is probably going to be the underdog story for Crew this whole LCQ, if they could keep finding victims through this gauntlet.
A lot of the power right now, too, is what I don't think we saw in the regular season, is Crew's ability to win their 4v5s. 50% of them won on the last map, 40% already on this map, where they're winning from a man-down position. That's incredible, especially when they're on attack here, having to produce the strategy, right? They're having to get past those defensive positions of Furia. Time and time, they're doing it. Here we are, coming up onto round 8. Can Crew even it up? Davies with the op on the Cypher now.
I love it.
They're gonna go ahead and watch the extremities on this round to make sure Furia doesn't get too much info, and a slow creep up here from Crew to get themselves into position.
Giving me some Steel vibes here with the operator on Cypher. Meanwhile, though, an early pit coming out from Furia, blocking both. The hookah drop and the long B play. Orb available for Klaus. Pops up the Seekers, puts them all in line. Not going to use it yet here to try to flush out inside the pit. It's going to be more a pivot back towards the A site if Davies could actually get and catch one off the rotation. Star's already on the ground. Al Jones being heard here towards the back of the APC. Digilzine's on the top of that as well with the operator himself.
It's basically movement on the sound of the op. The Seekers are going to prompt something a little bit earlier than that.
Oh, trying to get the no-scope there onto Khalil. Couldn't connect onto that. And also, Digilzine dropped Melzer and Klaus.
Spike down.
And actually, he did have Davies do some damage onto Khalil. It's down to 5 HP, so there was some contact there. Nonetheless, though, 20 seconds left.
Oh, the sketchy play.
Oh, my gosh. Satchel kill onto Khalil, and now the pit comes out on the attack. Nagzet trying to hold it. And Kesdet playing long range, because he does have the pain shell for deniability.
2 guiding lights to go in, but how much can they be used? What's the return? They're trying. Here they go.
It's behind him, though, so the outline comes out. There's that first kill. Second flash, eats it, turns away. Satchel coming through, and a spray through the Viper's pit, making it the advantage for Crew to tie up this series, as they salvaged the round with, once again, heroic plays at a disadvantage.
Slow play and really a rinse and repeat of that 4-1. One showers, the control coming in from short, and once they've grabbed U-Haul control, it seems to be causing too much chaos for Furia. Yeah, Digizyn's back here firing, but then you got Kesnet that just rips out of U-Haul and takes down Digizyn. And after that, it was just enough space for Crew to get the rest of what they needed. Furia calls the timeout here. Something about that U-Haul control, I think, needs to change. They snuffed out this showers excursion that Crew is trying to get every round, but they're leaving the other side open a little too much. I mean, just in that, if you looked at the minimap, Furia had just about every member fall on that side of showers, not being able to approach U-Haul side.
Yeah. There's been a lot of defaulting from Crew on that side of the showers, and Digizyn, a couple of these attempts here with that operator was actually posted up on B, so do they want to try to challenge that back in their favor, not put these smokes down?
Some familiar faces in the crowd.
A little bit.
1 second left in this timeout as teams dish it out with their coaches to get back on track. Digizyn, Bladestorm, Operator. High priority round here for Furia as they invest into this big time. A third round loss will give them 2,900 on top of that money, but if all of them go down, they're definitely not going to be buying next round. So Crew could start pulling away with a few here. Ultimates on the ready for Davies and for Melzer. Pretty set far back with the Operator. Gonna be able to dodge that. You see just getting help from the Vandals around him. So Digizyn set up for success. Okay, Khalil. Okay, they're done with this showers game that Crew has been playing, Vince.
Exactly.
They're done.
Doubling up in that area, dropping down Davies. So instead of using an operator to try to push down towards the shower and lock that down, it's just going to be the bodies. Crew rotating back, has the orbital strike to work with. Might use it towards showers. They're going to try to ping that out.
Here's this short play again. Straight to U-Haul. It's just like smashing down a door. Okay, they're going to do it really slow this time. They walk in, but they're still getting the same amount of space. The retaliation from Furia is what has faltered here once Crew gained this position.
And flashing towards the back of the site actually didn't spawn anybody, so they will confirm the orbital strike towards showers and gain that control towards A. Tap onto the spike. Wow. No utility coming out as of yet. Finally, a shot guard comes down, but Digizyn once again with the op. The glass cannon comes in for the second kill. Disadvantage once again, but it's Melzer and Kesnet.
Stuck in the pocket.
That clutched it the previous time for Crew. Will attempt to do it one more time. Works out as Mazin falls. Melzer still hiding behind that smoke.
He's creeping through with the op.
It's so hard to do. It's so hard to do here as Digizyn has that updraft on the top of the APC. Poison rope net coming out. Melzer hiding just on the other end. Crossfire now set up. And there's that first, the swing across.
Player standing.
And they have no idea that Kesnet's hiding around the corner. Had that flick, couldn't get the kill. It was close.
Again, no answer that Furia has to come in on that U-Haul protection on the A site plant. Rinse and repeat here for Crew. They've answered the showers control, but still giving up this U-Haul side that seems to be so strong for Crew. I mean, one round it didn't work for Crew. They teleport over and they went to B, so still have an answer if Furia come up strong in this. The post-plant situations and the way that Crew is playing them, different members, different synergy, is incredible right now. It's so good to see from the team after the season they had.
Finally, the economy gets broken back for Furia. As you mentioned, not too much to work with what they had purchased on that previous round. Only one Vandal, the strongest weapon that you have in the hands of Khalil. Still posted that up in the right position with two more of his teammates on the A site. That's where Crew's currently moving in. Trying to rotate across. And with support, just good enough for those two kills.
Quick clears. You see Crew feeling like they're in control right now, and you actually have to manage that.
Oh! Actually should have had that one, but MW0 flicks back for the judge kill. Cypher, Neural Theft spotting the three players, so that isolates and cancels out the attempt of a flank from Mazin. Giving an opportunity now for Crew to plant, but MW0 with his Vandal!
Remaining.
But It's only one player alive, and that's a beautiful start set on the ground. And with the lower buy that you have for Furia, they tie the game once more. And for those of you that are tuning in for 100 Thieves and Sentinels, you're just going to have to wait a little bit longer, because this one is also going to be a very good series to end it up.
5-5 now, and Furia a lot more patient on that retake. Crew has had this flurry of utility that's been everywhere on the site as Furia's been trying to push in. They wait for it all to dissipate. Now it's just dry fire fights, and MW0 has been on the winning side of most of those that he's come to. They play it right, they play it slow, and come up with a victory after hemorrhaging a few rounds there. 3 in a row to get that defuse.
Such a chess game now. The swing round back in favor of Furia. Crew now with the Lorelei. A triple swing just to try to see if Khalil and Conan will try to push back towards the showers, and nobody's there. Now giving an opportunity for either of these 3 players to pick up the orb. It's going to be in the hands of Kesnet. Showstopper now in the ready.
There. The other side, I think B is just fog of war for Crew right now. We haven't even seen them go towards that side of the map in the last handful of rounds, and another creep up here. Nags is going to have positioning.
Yeah, I kind of like it too. Furia has always been giving the sites open and over for Crew, playing it very passively, so Crew identifies that and wants to keep the showstopper for a post plant instead. Seekers then coming out on both ends. Medzine and Klaus trying to find the info. Showstopper finally comes out. Big flash coming through. First shot onto Klaus, onto Medzine, and then there's that Showstopper. The flank coming out from the showers. He gets fully denied, and Crew has the upper hand with a 2-player advantage on the post split on A.
Recovering it.
Creeping in from heaven, trying to drop into the site, but they have so many players to find.
Tap on the spike. Conan with the first kill onto Kesnet, a second one. Onto Klaus as the Cosmic Divide comes out. Furia in great position. Somehow it turns it over for Furia. Conan with 4 kills into the round. And they have the time for the defuse as well.
Crew way over antsy on that one, and Furia recognizing the opportunity. Very fast play to start us off here in showers and shut some stuff down, but as soon as these peeks from short came out, the late trade, the late swing, yeah, you can't anchor like that and expect to win the round. Furia just destroy Crew on that retake.
And that's the great calls on both ends under the pressure. You're maybe questioning why these swings are coming out towards short, but we had some nice snake bites from NW0 into showers, preventing those guys from getting out and playing that post plant when it was tapped on across. So Crew had to swing out on that short A side, and is waited by Conan. Once again, the substitute for Furia coming up huge in that previous round.
Yeah. In this situation, in the pressure, Conan, I don't think he's feeling any of it. We go back to B now, 3-1-1 for the side of Crew. Operator still there for Digizine. He's going to be in the top of heaven waiting on A. And again, remember, there's not a lot of defensive movement coming in from Furia here. So they're ready.
Hunter's Fury from the spawn.
Oh?
Flash getting the contact on at least some bodies, and you're trying to at least get information. And getting no pulses, you're forcing a jiggle peek out of Medzine, who only saw 1 player. Nonetheless, though, the pivot still comes back from Crew towards the A site, where once again, the operator in the hands of Digizine. Player just before here that Baby Bay was mentioning, it wasn't too hot with the op on the first 2 maps, but this time definitely shines and has been a key component on the anchor holds. Beautiful orbital strike, putting Digizine in a different position, but still the wall bang from Khalil out in the front of triple. Dropping Davies, no work from showers, through the smoke, then President answers back. Waiting for that util to come back down as we might, well, we have to commit actually. There's only 15 seconds left. Time goes down.
Planted.
Digizine with a tight angle looks back, but Medzine and NW0 are the ones that picks up the kills on a rotate back from Crew on the post plant attempt. Hit then coming out, Satchel then to push them back. Melzer and Kesnet one more time in this situation to try to clutch, but it's not gonna work. Furia answers right back, and they take the lead by 2 to end the half, 7-5.
start off again of a 5v4. They convert from the side of Furia. Davey finds himself going down for a first kill of the round. Khalil finds him on that one. And yeah, the start of this play was great. The smokes that came down on Heaven from Crew that uses the orbital strike on everybody trying to get into the site position. And Furia just adjusted so well, so well.
So we talked about familiar faces that we saw in the crowd before, so let's have a chance to go back to the floor and talk to Aspas, who's currently standing there with Smix.
Thank you very much, Vansili, and welcome, Aspas, to the Riot Games Arena. It's such a pleasure to see you here today. I know that now that you've come back from Japan, I'm sure you got some time off, and now that you're back to practicing and doing scrims, if you're comfortable sharing, out of the teams that you've been playing, have there been any that have impressed you, especially the teams that are participating here at the Last Chance Qualifier?
Primeiro, bem-vindo de volta do Japão. Agora que você já aproveitou suas férias e tudo mais, dos times que você tem feito streaming e jogado contra, quem mais te impressionou, se você se sente à vontade para contar pra gente?
A gente voltou a treinar tem poucos dias, então a gente não treinou muito dos times que estão no Last Chance, mas um deles que a gente treinou e me impressionou mesmo foi a 100 Thieves, que a gente treinou algumas vezes com ele e o Craio tá com muita mira.
Yeah, we just came back. We didn't have a lot of time to practice, but from all the teams we played against, I think 100 Thieves was one of the best, and they have a lot of, good aiming.
Interesting. So then I have to ask you, that next match is going to be between 100 Thieves and Sentinels. Are you predicting 100 Thieves to win in that matchup?
Interessante isso, porque o nosso próximo jogo é 100 Thieves e Sentinels, e você tá meio que dizendo então que o favorito é o 100 Thieves?
Não sei, eu acho que vai ser um jogo bem difícil, vai ser um 2-1. Tá todo mundo falando que é o jogo da década e eu até vim aqui para assistir ele e eu acho que vai ser um jogão.
Well, I'm not sure. I know it's going to be a hard game. It's probably a 2-1. Everybody's talking about it, and it's going to be the game of decade, and that's why I'm here to watch it.
Okay, last very quick question for you. This map is so close. Third map, are you rooting for your boys on Furia as a fellow Brazilian, or how do you think this one is going to go?
Terceiro mapa, tá muito disputado. Você tá torcendo pros Brazucas, ou você tem algum favorito? O que você acha?
Tô na torcida pros Brazuca. Bora, rapaziada, espero aí que vocês ganhem, mas tá bem apertado o jogo, mas vai dar tudo certo.
Yeah, I'm here rooting for my fellow Brazilians, but I think it's very tight and it's going to be a good game.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Aspas, and thank you very much, Aldi, for the translations. We're going to head back to the casters with Vansili and Rivington.
Thank you so much, Smix, and I love it. Aspas now. By the way, thank you so much for your time and making sure that we're sticking to the script here for LCQ, that if you want to know who wins between Sentinels and 100 Thieves, you're going to have to stay tuned. First off, finishing the series between Furia and Crew. The final half of this series to see who's able to move forward or who's unfortunately going to go home. Furia currently in the lead by 2. Starting off now on the attack. Pistol round now underway. And the first trap being set up here by Davies gets canceled. 5 ghosts, by the way, for Crew.
And full teleport retake here. It's up to Davies to stay alive.
And they just want to fight it right away. 1 for 1. Being tagged by an owl drone, forced to fall back. Plant has come down for Furia. In position, not good enough. Davies coming out for the kill. Casting it out from the showers. Only 2 left alive now towards U-Haul for Furia. Up against 4 players of Crew. Khalil and Conan have to step up to the plate. Batting now as they cancel the first attempt of the defuse by the Grabwell. Then the spray across, it's up to Khalil alone after all. The defuse will then come out no matter what. And Crew, once again, when it comes down to the important rounds, the important series, they win the second pistol of Bind.
Incredible stuff. You see them being able to stop the back and forth of these rounds. Just into the last half, they were trading 3 to 4 rounds in a row. So good that Crew can start off with a few here to get us back to an even game. Can't have to get, too one-sided yet here. We don't want to see any of these teams going home just yet. Give us the full regulation and bring us back into overtime. So Crew, like you said, grabbing that pistol, the early smokes, early mollies that they're throwing over here to get themselves into position. Pretty nicely done in that protocol, so you can see Crew having quite a bit set up.
Same with
Furia as well, sorry.
Yeah, you just heard that dink there as Flash came out in showers on the attack. But then Klaus going for the jump peek for info at long. Kesnet with the support though, ADSing with that Bulldog. Another advantage to start things off for Crew. That's now 2 players spotted. Make that even a third from an early jump peek that you saw. Share shots finally lands here for MW0. Kesnet falls. Camera up. And it's time now for the lurk to get initiated. And that's Medzine making it behind enemy lines. Does not see an exit, but could still make it towards the spawn. Now circling back. Smelling blood. Nagzet still stuck, watching forward. And no shenanigans with the knife. They know that this is an important round to win for Furia, as they have the lower buy.
30 seconds left.
Conan Plant focusing that Hunter's Fury. Easy for him to get in. And they should be able to clean up Crew on the retake. Not a guarantee, though. Crew has been so good on these.
Yeah. Especially when Klaus has 2 flashes available. Melzer watching the corner, and that's Medzine. With that Spectre that was able to pick up. And his teammates is low on HP. This might be it.
Last player standing.
Especially with him falling. Low HP, MW0 comes out from the showers, and that's a thrifty. And Riv, I think we're just gonna see the back and forth battle continue between these 2 teams with these low buys that still comes out into fruition every time.
Wow. The amount of pressure this puts on as well. I think Crew's gonna have to call upon everything they have in this moment.
Oh yeah.
Furia bringing back that dark horseness from the beginning of the season, it seems like, now that they have some control over the game. But too early to tell. A push up.
Flash then blinding 2, dash away, and that's support from the rest of Furia. The crossfire coming in between on both short sides, both sides of short A rather. Denying the push that was attempted here by Crew. That lands. Crossfire now set up. Nagzet trying to jump away here, preventing the push from happening inside U-Haul, puts a snake bite on the ground.
2 of the headhunters here on Crew. This is a possibility. And Furia's looking for the frags, knowing that Crew has been playing close. Did not expect that. That was kind of brazen, a little ambitious.
Yep.
Oh my.
Got his one. Up to Nags. Sheriff in hand. He's done it before with headhunters.
Jumps through.
That's confidence coming out of MW0. Round out for Furia. And yeah, you mentioned it, Riv. They have to try to bring out everything that they can for Crew to try to bring this comeback on the second half. If not, also their lucky stars. And you also need key performances from Klaus, for example. Currently 9 and 14, night and day from what we've seen from him and what he could do on that previous day against MIBR. But we're still somewhat early in the second half. We haven't had that real opportunity to see Crew with these trap plays that are able to set up here with Davies. And no opportunities to play some big retakes yet.
Oh, we actually saw MW0 throwing the Viper Orb to short for their pistol round. So multiple lineups here for MW0 as they switch up the composition. Already has different agent situations ready. Pushing up towards long. We've already had some crazy TPs going on here. I think Furia is just playing the flow of the map at this point and are more than happy to do a quick rotation.
Trip now broken, a dash coming in. Klaus still gets that headshot into Digizine, running through to try to surprise another one. The trap plays don't work out. Mazine does get the spray back. Showstopper out for Kesnet to answer back from the Seekers on the attack. They're forced to fall back because of those Seekers, allowing now Furia to move in for the plant. Molly on the ground, pulls plant denial, or plant denial utility once again for Crew. Another tap, forcing Kesnet to swing out. Nagzet in another clutch situation, this time with a Vandal. The recon dart doesn't spot him. Gets the first shot, trying to land out the second one.
Reset.
The timing and the headshot! Nags once again coming up huge in his disadvantages.
All right. Absolute incredible movement there and not finding that double peek, the swing, the retrade, the refrag from Furia. You can see a little disjointed there. Digizine not feeling too happy about the loss of that round, but that, Vansili, is kind of how we saw Crew toppling MIBR. Klaus and Davies in sight, the smokes go down, and they're identifying through utility their opponents to kill through the smoke. It came down to the 2v1 at this point, or I should say 1v2. Super clean, but Crew's defense on B is very strong, especially the way that Klaus and Davies play it. So Furia is going to have to battle against that something fierce if they actually want to get to the site. They may be going back to A here after timeout.
There's 2 bullets left in the chamber there for Nags on that 1v1 and only needed 1 of them. And despite that, getting that round, a much needed round for Crew. Their timeout already comes out from Adam. Seeing here that every time we're doing these similar trap plays for Crew towards this B side, it's actually answered back by just sprays from Furia through the cyber cages being set up by Davey. So they're reading these play inside the smoke and try to get these trap kills.
It's perfect. It's their cover, right? They're more than happy to fight within those smokes. Digizine tried to actually close that gap and dive right into where we would see Klaus playing, but still Klaus gets the better of that situation. 9-7. Furia still with a few rounds in their favor. And it looks like it could be Crew creeping back up here from the defensive side. Pretty big default for Furia here, slowing it down. Extremity watch at least, as you see the spike is down in market.
Yeah, already had that snake bite lineup coming out from NW
Yeah. It's interesting. It's like a breach using a fault line on Haven. You just use it to use it. Make sure you slow down an initial rush if it is happening. You give yourself the tempo on defense.
One of the rare moments here that Crew hasn't really been playing towards this hookah. Davies is trying to lean out, potentially winning the late battle on what Conan's been doing with this Owl drone. Currently pivoting back from the A site to meet up with the rest of Furia in that area. But the lurk from NW0, meanwhile, on short A, was identified by Nagzit. Was trying to catch him off guard, but instead falls.
MW0 has had a fantastic series. Coming up huge now on the Viper here. First blood, round 17, and it looks like they are going to actually execute here onto the B site. This could get Digizine caught, though.
He's over the trap. Across, the dash across. One stepping onto the trap. But Digizine, who did made it in the back of the site, did not allow the rest of Crew of moving through the smoke and catch some players off guard as they were still trying to position themselves on the post plan for Furia. Klaus solo on HP. This is going to have to be a save. Crew's going to move up at 10.
Yeah, that's tough. And seeing how they got as many rounds as they did on the defensive side, the desk was talking about not having the raise, how hard it's going to be to deny the plants. They make it out with a good amount of rounds to now use Digizine in full form. In that dash forward, cause chaos, and let the team coming in behind them bring in the frags. Right over that trip, just completely discombobulates the defensive Crew in B. And Furia pick up another round, 3 away from locking in this series and finding themselves moving forward in LCQ. So the pressure for Crew is mounting.
Very hard anchor hold there for Klaus, because Davies only had the Guardian, so under that huge pressure and the commitment that Furia had towards that B site, nothing really that you could do there when your teammates inside hookah with the Guardian.
Yeah.
And you can't really spray back through these smokes, through those trades that they were so good on this map yesterday.
And there, we talked about how Furia can play the Astra on defense in every site. Watch how Crew's gonna be rotating back and forth. Wait a minute.
Yeah, an updraft, a flash, fully blinded, the headshot to Benzine. Shock dart answered back by Conan. Updraft here towards the air from Digizine with the Blade Storm. But what A nice individual effort by Melzer to kick things off and give the player advantage for Crew.
Thought that was going to be a much quieter scenario. That little sliver through the smoke.
Recovering it.
It's ripping off this round. And a minute left. I think Furia here, waiting position.
Take flight.
They want Crew to make the first move, but that's hardly ever the case. I think Furia is going to have to walk into a lot of danger here.
Oh, he's stuck in there now at 6 HP.
Yeah.
Kiznick could even move in and do a satchel if he can, but he knows that somebody's going to try to take some sort of an advantage from a shower's control. Actually lets Conan get away. There's that tap onto the spike. Snakebite coming down with the satchel, denying the first attempt of the plant. Now fully down and locked in for Furia. Still the advantage for the attackers on the post plant because of the weaponry that Crew currently has for this retake. Absolutely nothing with the exception of the Phantom in the hands of Kesdet. Forcing out that Hunter's Fury early. And that was the kill that you needed before. Great delays coming out here from Furia, from that Hunter's Fury, and that's the rifle falling down as well.
Oh.
Then on to the tap. Nice recon dart now by Conan, spotting both players, fighting onto that spike. And I feel here, Riv, that the story could have been so different if Kesdet did get the kill there onto Conan.
It feels like they're falling apart a little bit. They're not considering everything in the situation. Yes, Kesnet's idea is to run back, find Conan, get him during the Hunter's Fury, but then forgets that there's just other members. Obviously somebody protecting Conan and goes down mid-run. It's the little things we weren't seeing Crew make those mistakes on earlier. I feel like Furia is now inside their head and may have that final grip to pull out the win. 2 more rounds is what it's going to take. It's not over yet. A little bit of a default here by Furia. And they actually switch up how they're playing this Cypher again. Crew putting Davies over towards A instead of the Klaus and Davies on B to play through the smokes. Great spam. Start off Mazine. It is quiet. Spikes all the way down back behind showers too. Far back to attacker spawn. Furia is going to bring this one down to about 30, 40 seconds before they hit the site. They're all over the map, so it's going to take some time.
And the more time that they waste now for Furia, the more you're happy for Crew. Orbital strike still online in the hands of Melzer to try to cancel that out. Currently set up towards that A site. So in a great position so far as Furia is still trying to work around the map. They have zero information of where the stacks could be. The only thing that they did was break a trip early in the showers. And now they know the Viper's playing towards B. There's that pick coming out. He's gonna flush out Furia to commit towards this A site.
In goes Digis in.
23 seconds left.
They have control so far, but it looks like Crew's gonna give it to him for the orbital strike.
Molly on the ground as well, 15 seconds left.
Another delay.
Shells available for MW0, landing on the ground. No plant coming through, 19 HP left.
What's left?
Satchel coming through. It stops it.
Just started.
40 seconds left. And there's that sand coming across. And that's what happens when you give time to Crew.
Exactly. They set up, they take a breath, the ultimate pushing everybody over towards B, and at the point that we saw Furia going into A, Kesnet already on the rotation. A great hit by Furia, a great read by Crew as they are able to just deny the plan over and over again. And this right here is why you expect to see a raise on Bind, because of that denial. It's so strong and delays even more as the paint shells come out to stop it again. Incredible stuff with the blast packs, including all the util coming in to grab Crew round an 8th round as we're now into round 20. Crew still with their backs against the wall here, pulling out some incredible stuff. They've pushed Shower, so they know this might be a B player. They think it could be a B play, especially with the guiding lights coming through, and Nagzet's going to take a safer position here.
Yeah, breaking the owl drone. Pain shells then coming across on the other end. Trailblazer out on the attack. Clearing out towards the showers. Nagzet playing behind here, the Seekers, and they're spraying behind those Seekers. Oh, a clothesline from Kesnet out to Digizine as they're just trying to dash away to safety. Advantage back for Crew.
A lot of predicted spans coming through for that chip damage to start off. And Crew back to kind of a, I wouldn't say default, actually. They're leaving Davies on an island right now to guard what could be a full rush by 3, and should expect it.
Yeah. There's still time. There's still time to force a rotate and TP in the last second.
30
if they get a
seconds
tap
left.
here.
Oh, I thought they were going to get the shower teleport in, but it looks like MW0 wants the full lurk around Crew exiting B. This is a 5-head play here. I think he gets Naxat.
Committing now to the plant. Not enough time for the rotate. NW0, here's the drop. Oh! The sixth sense. As Conan pushes towards the spawn, though. Maybe he's trying to spray pack, but Conan turns around on a 180. An advantage coming back for Furia as they have time on their side. In this post-plant situation, both of them inside U-Haul. They're first to pick out a 1-4. Make that a 2 for none, actually. That was perfect for Khalil to be able to get that kill onto Melzer, but Melzer steps up and allows Crew here to get the 9th round.
The trades there for Furia have been a bit lackluster throughout the game, but the situations where Melzer is facing 2 people have been incredible. Another one where he pulls up 2, just a shoulder for Naxat to be able to take down MW0 there, and the rest of the round is history. A bit of a spray and pray there by Davies, but it did look like he connected with a head, so it might have just been a dink and then a tap down. The situation was different, however. And that is Crew picking up some very, very pivotal rounds here. Crew's 5th gun round of the map, and a very necessary one as well. Both coaches. This is so important.
Oh, yeah.
Facing elimination, both teams so close to that. Furia 2 away from being able to move forward to face Leviatán here, and Crew looking to keep a consistent run in LCQ.
Definitely. Despite the records that you see from both of these teams during the Americas, White mentioned it on the desk earlier on, it doesn't really paint the story of how good these teams were throughout the season. Always 3rd map losses, 13-11s, OT losses. And when it comes down once again to an important matchup between Furia and Crew, it's a 3rd round. 3rd map, 2 rounds separating the lead that Furia currently has. And 2 rounds needed for Furia to eliminate Crew as well. So this timeout is huge.
This is a position Crew knows all too well. Games that are within 3 rounds. Their record, 2-14 in these close games. Can they deny that history? Put another win in the column. Good damage to start off on Melzer, stripping away that armor. And it just looks like a default from Furia here. 3 towards showers. Someone's getting cleaned up.
Oh, yeah. Oh! It's both players that were initially taking control on showers for both of the teams, actually. And Madzine still alive with the Seekers. This could be
I've got your trail.
a key piece exactly of utility. And you like these moments.
Wow.
Under the pressure, everybody's getting their ones. Everybody's getting their trades too. Playing this round to perfection. The best in 2-year abilities for both Furia and Crew. Camera now spotting Madzine. Picture perfect for a Trailblazer to hit him. Trying to spray across here, but he stays alive somehow.
Spraying. They haven't made it into the site just yet. Trailblazer will snuff that for just a second more.
Didn't see the Cypher though. Flash then out. Second flash available from Madzine. Both blinded Madzine with the first kill onto Davies. Gravity well. Flank back. Another 1-for-1.
Klaus again.
Through the tin. Khalil down to 51 HP. Klaus trying to move forward with the heroic play. Spikes across. The 3rd into the round. The defuse for Crew. And we're 1 away from tying it.
Klaus has been a godsend throughout the LCQ here for the side of Crew. An absolutely incredible play from him in the tight situations to get the impact frags and make the round not matter of anything before. This dink through the wall, but then the flick. Not even having the right angle in the 50-50 here and still coming up with the kill. Incredible stuff. Around the world, the Crew fans are sending their energy. 3 ultimates now for the side of Furia here to get into sight and just pound a strategy onto the defensive side of Crew.
And you want a player like Klaus to step up and to wake up right now. Alan Drone, though, spotting Kesnet, trying to get a kill with the Hunter's Fury. To no avail, but at least the space is taken by Digizine, at least for a brief moment. Denied right away by Melzer with the Bulldog inside Showers. 2 ults available for Crew in this round 22. Orbital Strike and Showstopper. As there's that Orbital Strike. Furia forced to fall back here towards short A. And we're getting a Showstopper early. Klaus with the kill onto Khalil. And these trades, these kills are actually coming all in favor of Crew so far. Madzine stuck against a full roster of Crew Esports. As with those kills, have the Seekers available for Klaus. A flash to confirm the position.
Missed him.
And all he could do is wait.
Yeah, they know at least. Searching for this position. Nagzat's going to be the one to try and finalize the kill. And with a 3K, they do just that to tie up the game. And an incredible protocol they have to retake these sites. And for a moment, I feel like Furia, forgetting what they were talking about, that Crew was doing throughout these maps. Playing patient, playing back. But Furia still start a round with a dry Hunter's Fury and a dash up from Digizine to find no members in sight. And as they fall to the ground, they fall even further with Crew coming in with the kills. Understanding the strategy that can happen from Furia right now. 4 in a row here for Crew on the defensive side as they start the momentum that could possibly lock in map 3.
11-11, you've gotten your wish for a close series between Furia and Crew. Spike down on a default play for a Furia. Picking up the pace a little bit more with some control inside Hookah. Digizine at the helm just behind the Trailblazer. And Davies looking for these jump spots. Choosing otherwise than to re-peek. Camera instead to be used.
Back to the original setup of Klaus and Davies on this site. Ready to just take down Furia through the smokes if it happens. Spike being down means Furia is feeling out this round to the max. No movement until they see a frag or information that makes them happy about a protocol to run.
I was just about to say those Seekers were a very important piece of information once again under the minute mark.
1 Guardian to kill them all too.
Exactly. And the second one fades away here towards Long B. And that's false info. The rotate's going back from Kesnet towards the A site. 30 seconds left on the clock. And actually,
is it red?
Furia is running back towards the area.
Melzer still eyes on Shower.
Cosmic Divide now out. Melzer.
Oh, he plays it safe.
Looking for a swing potentially. Dash through, 13 seconds left. Flash around 1 corner.
10 seconds left.
Satchel's there to deny once again. Time in favor of Crew, and they're using a util. Shifting now the plant at the L box. And with that, Cosmic Divide instantly goes down. First blood then for Melzer this time around. An opportunity for Crew to take the lead at the most important round of this series. And it's working out so far. Madzine stuck inside Showers. Star on the top of the spike. A swing out here from Crew as a tap comes in now for Nagzit. Gravity well now used. Snake bite on the ground, but it's too far away. Sprays in from Khalil. Madzine has to make a play now from Showers as the orb is coming through. Halfway now, the wall bang! 3 versus 2 now. Orb now out. Gravelo once again. There's no time left. Somebody has to stick it. Keston with 2 skills. The diffusion comes in. And Crew. And Maverick series point.
A round left up to spams. What? To spamming the spike. This late, the decisions from Furia being thwarted by Crew round after round. Yes, they can work, but Crew isn't having any of these games right now. They bring it back into their favor. And Crew 1 round away from continuing the LCQ run. Vamo, indeed, as we get ourselves into a round where the buys a bit scattered in armor and a Guardian coming up for Conan. Not the worst, but it is going to have to be Furia starting us off here. They've played the last few rounds down to the wire, leaving the spike out for a default play. And this time they don't have that normal showers control. They're gonna have to retake the other side of the map if Furia want it.
Furia is playing exactly into the game plan of Crew. Wasting that timer down. Not a friend to their side. Crew just keeps using util to create havoc and chaos in these pulse plants. So picking up the pace now, a full execution towards this B site. It all comes down to this now for Furia to try to force another OT.
1 for 1.
Cloud9 swinging out, a
3v3.
2 for 2. Important Viper's pick coming out on the attack now for MW0 as he had it before. Cosmic Divide, nowhere near for Khalil as he's still looking for at least a tap onto the spike. Wasting out the util once again. Oh, he eats it!
B.
Spike is out down! Digizine has to come up with plays now.
Yeah, he's
30
trying to
seconds
float
left.
outside the ult. Nagzat's gonna go for a dueling Viper's Pit.
Double swing towards the elbow, spike is down.
Just MW0.
Tap on the spike, a jump out into the pit. The shorty from Nagzat! Us Crew claim another victim! And they move forward in the LCQ gauntlet!
Crew bringing it back from the brink. So many rounds falling in favor of Furia. And then it just seemed to fall apart as Crew locked down every site from being planted in. The Rays coming up so big with the denial utility more than once. It cannot be understated how Kesnet came to play here, how the rest of Crew came to play in individual moments, and Melzer on the Brimstone, this time absolutely slaughtering the 1v2 situations that put Crew on top. Across the board, everybody showed up here, and it's the reason they were able to thwart Furia today.
And you couldn't ask for any better start than that for the Crew players. In week number 1, when they went head-to-head, Crew had the lead on the first map of Split and then let that slip and then lose it in OT to do the same thing in this series on Split, allowing Furia to come back and win in overtime. But then in the 3rd round, they do what Furia did to them. And we're able to win this on a comeback and the series overall. Couldn't be happier with this Crew team right now where when it matters, they're all fragging out. Klaus didn't have too much of a heroic story as he did yesterday against MIBR, but look at everybody else that stepped up to the plate. Nagzat and Melzer, Kesnet continuing such a strong performance from pre-LCQ to now.
Yeah.
I mean, Rooney from Cloud9 mentioned it as well, right? Look out for Kesnet throughout the LCQ.
One of the most aggressive that they play against all the time. We finally see it. And Furia coming in with Conan, bringing this all the way to 3 and still showing the majority of the power that Furia brought throughout the season that brought them their wins. As this Crew has found this new identity, this new life in them that will allow them to now face Leviatán and try to find another win.
Commiserations at least there for Furia, who still put up a great fight this series against Crew. But unfortunately, they're gonna have to watch the rest of the LCQ from the sidelines as the Crew fans continue their support. Never stay quiet. They were always behind the back of Crew there.
And while Crew was under pressure the entire season, elimination pressure from one game, one series is now gone. Crew facing Leviatán will be able to fall to a lower bracket, and that's not what you want, but you can rest easy knowing all the hard work you put in has brought you to this point, and you can focus on the next team without that extra pressure, but still champions on the line.
That's going to be so good. That means that you're going to have, what, a Latinam versus Latinam, Leviatán versus Crew.
Yeah,
I mean, you can ask for a better matchup there for the LCQ once again. And now, I mean, we've had a great series so far between these two teams of Furia and Crew right now behind the stage here for us. But There's still another banger series. What
There's
do we have?
still another banger series, our Classico on Valorant. Sentinels going up against 100 Thieves. Is it going to be a hoodie? Is it going to be Cloud? Vance, what do you think? Castro shouldn't say it, but what do you think? It's got to be said.
I don't want to say anything.
Okay.
I actually want this match to happen right away, so I'm going to toss it back to the desk here with GB.
Ah, yes, that is a convenient way to get out of accountability there, silly. In any case, though, and of course, a great job as always to you guys. But Crew, not only are they able to win yesterday, but they're able to do it back to back. So good they did it twice. But boy, oh boy, Wyatt, that was a match and a half. Because at some point, 11-7 was the score, just to kind of set the tone for people. And then Crew denied them any rounds after that and were able to just close it out. What a game that was.
I mean, you said it before before that last map. It could have been a 2-0 for Crew, depending on split, that diffuse. And then at this map, it just felt like it should have been over for Furia. And then Crew just come through with a miracle comeback, powered by a absolutely nuts from top to bottom map from Kesnet, who is just an all-star duelist of the game. He's been proving it for years at this point. He's not going away.
Yeah, let's talk about Kesnet here, because Baby Bay, this guy, man, on fire, top to bottom.
Yeah, he might be one of the best raises right now that I've seen. I mean, he's so dominant on this role, and the clutches that he did, 2v4, 2v4, 1v2, or 1v1 over here, right? It's like, it's just unbelievable the value this guy gets on Raze, and he's so strong on that character, and as long as they stick to these maps where, you know, they get mostly Raze maps in their map pool, I think they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and here you can see, right, his performance throughout the series. 358 on that last one. This guy was popping off, and it's just wild to think as well. We were talking about it before it came to us. Guy was sitting on the bench for Leviatán at the beginning of the year, comes over here and proves why he is a star player, Wyatt.
Yeah, absolutely. And respect to the other guys on Crew, too, because for a while in that Bind game, it looked like it was going to be just a gutting experience for Kesnet, who left it all on the server.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the rest of the team, like you saw Meltzer pick it up, Klaus winning that crucial clutch. Like the other guys came through at the end to get that win too. So
yeah,
like the whole team, they stepped up when they had those moments to be pivotal for the win. They took advantage of that, and it was just a great team effort at the end of the day too.
That's right. The Cinderella run, the miracle run, whatever you want to call it, continues for Crew. But, you know, even though we were, happy to see Furia back on the stage, it is very unfortunate that we have to say goodbye to them already. This team, I've been such a big fan of this team since lock-in all the way till now. You know, I had opportunities to talk with like MW Zera, you know, Khalil, and it's just good dudes. And I was really hoping that they were going to be able to pull off this win here. But, you know, I mean, those are the ropes, Baby Bay. That being said, Furia, they have a lot to build on, and I'm excited to see what they do going into the next season.
And I just want to give a shout out to Conan, you know, subbing in.
Oh, for sure.
In this type of pressure and this type of elimination match, he played great. And then Mauzera as well, just flexing on every role, you know, allowing Conan to be comfortable on his role. It was really nice to see, and it really could have gone either way. Like, let's be honest, it came down to like the wire.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, like I said, if the match had ended with the Furia win, would have been gutted for Kesnet. And I feel, honestly, the same way for Dijazine. The guy was just unbelievable the entire season for them. He was just so climactic in all of their wins. And for it to end at this point where he has this breakout all-star run, that's just got to feel awful. I mean, it's going to come down to those little moments. Now you have, again, it's like you have 6 months to think about the little things that went wrong and head into next year. But again, another guy that I'm so excited to see where his career is going to go from here, what he's going to be able to bring next year, whether that be with Furia or another team. Like, surely he's going to be in the franchise league. This guy has proved
100%.
so many times over that he's just one of the best duelists in the game right now.
100%. And I'm excited to see what they do moving forward. But of course, the day does belong to Crew. And the good news is we have Smix actually standing by with Klaus for the Verizon post-match interview. Take it away, Smix.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. Standing here with Klaus after an amazing victory by Crew, taking down Furia 2-1. So first things first, congratulations, Klaus. What an amazing 2-1 victory. I need to ask, yesterday we saw you guys win, and that was such an important win for you and the team after a long, difficult season, coming so close so many times, finally getting that first win of 2023 yesterday. How much better does it feel to continue that forward and get a second win back-to-back?
Obviously, it feels great to win again because we are in a strike right now, right? We win two games in a row, so we expect to win the whole tournament. So that's it.
I love that, and I saw in the interview you guys talked about how even EG, all you need to do is get a little bit of momentum, and let's talk about that momentum because on that first map, you carried so much momentum. You were down so many points, and then you were able to almost bring it back until it came to that pivotal defuse. Talk about what the mentality for the team was like, even though it was a loss.
It was kind of bad because obviously losing a round like that, we had it in our hands at the time, but like the anxiety and all the things, like the fear to maybe he's not defusing, maybe is he defusing, maybe he's speaking. I don't know. Like it was kind of confusing for us, and obviously after that defuse, we kind of I don't know. Like I don't want to say mental background, but we kind of lower our intensity, you know? Yeah.
Well, we didn't see that on Ascent because you completely turned up the intensity, and it was a very, very one-sided map. Then let's talk about that last map, because you guys actually won the pistols that time, but still ended up in a very difficult position where you were down 11-7. What changed and what clicked for you to be able to win so many rounds in a row to suddenly do this comeback?
Obviously, we know that we are a team that we do a lot of like win streak in the map. You know, like we win like 6 rounds in a row, and we know that we are losing all the pistols. That's obvious. We lose like I don't know, like 3-4 pistols, but we in Ascent we won both ecos, I think. So that was great for us, and obviously the confidence of winning an eco is obviously great.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed watching those ecos, but for now, congratulations once again, Klaus, and with that, Crew wins their second win 2 days in a row. We are gonna head to a short commercial break, but when we come back, you don't wanna miss it. It's 100 Thieves taking on Sentinels.
And here we go. The pressure is on for both of these teams. Win, you move on in this competition. Lose, and your season ends here and now.
They were the ones who were able to do it before against MIBR, but wait a minute. Klaus, one more time, 2 kills. There's that first, and a close range on the second. He will trade off for his teammate, and Furia, and that'll take the lead 5-2. Now pitched in from Hellish, shot from Davies, up to Conan on a 2 versus 1. Oh, Davies once again on fire on the attack with the operator. Guardian dropping 2. 1 hit by the Sentinels. We're going into overtime. And Furia managed to fight back, bring it into overtime, and win it. And as they rotate back, it's there! The 4th to come in! Melzer walking in, trying to go around the radius of the smoke. Walks into it, the spray, oh my God! He gets it for the kill, the Red Bull clutch, and the 9th round for Crew. Kesnet once again moving forward, Digizine falls, tap onto the spike, and the spray then onto the other one. And Crew just like that, hold down the map, and they push this into the 3rd one. But Kesnet, the last man standing solo, catches Medzine off guard, does have 10 bullets left in the chamber of the Phantom. Paint shells on the ground, right at the feet of Digizine, and then gets the Red Bull clutch to save the round for Crew. Tap on the spike, Conan with the first kill on the Kesnet, a second one. On to Klaus as the Cosmic Divide comes out. Fury in great position. Conan with 4 kills into the round.
Trail.
Both blinded, but Zine with the first kill onto Davies. Gravity well, flick back, another 1-for-1. Klaus again through the tin. Khalil down to 51 HP. Klaus trying to move forward with the heroic play. Splits across. The 3rd into the round. Us Crew claim another victim. And they move forward in the LCQ gauntlet.
Still holding it. Shot found, kill found. Pancana. 1, 2. And maybe a few more spraying. That's it. It's finished. And his side hits. The Nanosaurus pops off. Cryo wins his fight. That's what matters. Cryo wins another one.
With Verizon's new My Plan, I get exactly what I want and only pay for what I need.
Now I'm in charge of my plan.
Introducing My Plan from Verizon. You get exactly what you want and only pay for what you need. And it all starts at just $30. It's your Verizon.